Hey everybody, it's Greg and it's another edition of Unbreakable podcast. It is Saturday, February the 15th. We're halfway through February. Thank God. Praise be to God. We are halfway through February. Once we hit March, it's everything's downhill after that, because spring is right around the corner. We're going to be turning the clocks uh, ahead. I think we're going to gain an extra hour of daily. And it's going to start getting warmer. Baseball is starting soon. And the worst part of winter is not going to be behind us. So we just got to survive the next couple of weeks. And I think we'll be A-okay. How many people were at that parade yesterday? Wasn't it a great parade? Wasn't it a good time? That's something you're always going to remember. Something your kids, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, your great, 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 great grandchildren. They're always going to remember it. Because it doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every year. Hopefully it will, but it just doesn't, you know? I mean, are we going to wait another 8 years before another Super Bowl parade? Who knows? I hope not, but you just never know. So you gotta appreciate what happened. And I think we did. I think the people showed up, they had a good time. For the most part, they were safe. Other than how, did you see that? Howie Roseman got hit in the forehead with a can of beer. I guess it's not funny. I mean, especially when people were knocked him out and killed him, right? But, and then he came up with the line, I bleed for you, Philadelphia. Well, I guess you do. So, uh, but it was a hell of a party, wasn't it? A great time. That's the thing about sports. Don't ever listen to people who say sports is a waste of time, sports is bullcrap. Don't ever listen to them because sports brings people together. And if you win a championship with the Eagles, then it brings the community together. Everybody is happy. Now, do you think all that millions of people in the lining the parade yesterday? Do you really think they cared about what your politics were, or whether you were black and white, or whether you were rich or poor, or Catholic or Jewish or Protestant? Nobody cared about that. Whether you were an immigrant or not even, you were there to have a good time, and people were bonding together. That's what sports brings people together. So don't listen to that. People who say sports is a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. It is not. It's diversion from reality that we all enjoy, whether you go to the games or watch the games on TV or listen to them on the radio. It's a diversion and it's a form of entertainment. And when your team reaches the pinnacle, the high mountain of the excellence in your sport, and football, let's face it, football is the most popular sport in America now. Baseball may be the national pastime, but football is the most popular. And when your Philadelphia Eagles get to the top of the mountain, like we are right now, you savor it and you come together and you celebrate. And that's what we did. That's what we're doing. Now things are going to calm down. But there's always going to be, Philadelphia Eagles sports champion, Philadelphia until the draft. And with the 32nd pick, the world champion, Philadelphia Eagles select, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be that until the first game of the season, that Thursday night game. The Eagles are playing I think it's either going to be the Lions or the Commanders in that first game. And they raise the championship manage and they give up the wins and just talk around. Right? Baseball, but and you're going to make the whole thing. And we start the season and then together trying to win the Super Bowl. What was it fun last year? Wasn't it magical, great year? Just getting in. The journey is half the winning is great. Like yesterday was great, the celebration. But getting is part of the fun, right? kicking the Cowboys' ass. Wasn't that fun? Well, it wasn't it fun to beat up on the hapless little Giants. That was fun. So, yeah, we have another season for baseball is right around the corner. I can't wait. Baseball, spring training just baseball means warm weather and it's good team. I mean, we have a good team. The Floyds have a great team. Will they be able to get over the hump like the Eagles did and bring us another World Championship in another parade? This one in November. Frankie, I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day too. I hope you were really good to your significant. I had to share this something. Holly gave me a look at this. A couple of things. This is good. This is good. There's a part of candy in there. With two little dogs. Yeah, we're dog people, as I hope you are too. So anything with dogs on it is okay with me. Uh, and speaking of baseball, she got me a surprise. You know, when I was a little kid, little kid, I used to collect baseball, and I loved it. It was like part of spring. Like now, you start collecting baseball cards. You see the tops, baseball card. I all did back in the day. It was only tops. Now you got different companies printing out baseball card. Tops is the best. And tops, I used to start collecting those cards like now. They would start coming out. You'd open the pack and you smell that bubble gum, that really hard, sugary bubble gum. And you got your cards, like maybe 10, 15 cards in a pack, and you rifle through them to see who you got. I could never get like Mickey Mantle or Willie Days. I got a lot of the poopy guys, the guy. But I got a lot of good cards. And you would collect them, and then you would flip them. If you had doubles, you would try to get rid of your doubles and win other kids' cards in the neighborhood. You would flip them, and if you won the flip, you take the cards. It's like you won a casket of gold or something. But one of my most valuable cards when I was growing up, I had, that was in this, I had the Nolan Ryan rookie. And back then, I don't know if it still is, the rookie cards were double sided. You had two players on the card, two rookies. So this card had Nolan Ryan on one side of the card, and you had Jerry Kuzman on the other side of the card. Now, Jerry Kuzman was a pretty good pitcher for the New York Mets. This was a 1968 rookie card, New York Mets. Right before they won the beautiful Mets and won the World Series. So this card was really forward. It really valued. So Jerry Kuzman turned out to be a pretty decent pitcher. In fact, Jerry Kuzman ended up with the Phillies at the end of his career. And he was washed at that. Well, Ryan, as we know, went on to pitch. He was great, 7 no-hitters, which will probably never be broken. Over 5,000 strikeouts, tops and strikeouts, Hall of Fame. And just a great pitcher. So, this was a very valuable part. In fact, when I was growing up, $1,800 his card was worth. $1,800. When we moved to this here house, we lost the cards. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to it. All those years, especially the 60s, I don't know. 60s players, early 70s, collect all those boxes. I don't know. We can never forget it. And along with that, went the card. And I remember that card it had what do you call it, corners of that doggy card. It had it from Civic to use and everything. And the car was worn, it wasn't pristine. So Holly asked me recently, you used to talk baseball card, that's what they had. She said, what was your favorite car? Well, what was the most valuable? I said, I told her, 1916, rookie Mets club. One Ryan, Jerry Kuzman, together. She said, oh, okay. And I was wondering when she went. But I just let it slide. I don't know. Yesterday, student Valentine's case. Most of the time, she was good stuff. She ended up getting into things. There it is, the card. 1968 wet looking card, signed, and all the photographs were validated. Nolan Ryan, Jimmy Kuzman. There it is. That's the exact same card I grew up having. Now, I don't know what it's worth. I don't know what she paid for it, but I was reading the back of the card. I mean, back in the day, you wouldn't have the cards in plastic thing protecting like this. They would just be out, and you would play with them. You would trade them and flip on and stuff. But nowadays, everything is like hoity-toity, and you got it in a plastic thing, so it doesn't get ruined. And there's all the numbers and all the authentication. And listen to this, the back of the phone. I can't read this. Oh, it says Laura, 21 years old, was in the minor leagues, struck out 313 batters once. And the end says, Nolan is one of the Mets promising rookie upcoming or whatever. And he strikes out of those 300 batters in the minor leagues. He's quote unquote one of the promising. But how about that card? Nolan Ryan, there he is, signed, sealed, and delivered from Jerry Kuzman. So that makes my heart happy. It does. Well, I gotta tell you, of course, yesterday, Eagles won. Last night I'm looking for something to watch, and like there's nothing. And we went out to dinner early. Najee Adams, really one of my favorites. With my acid reflux, marinara sauce isn't that good anymore. Because let's face it, I'm old. I can admit it. I'm old. I'm 118 years old. Like that. I look pretty good for 118 women. But I can't take the food like I used to. Marinara, that. So I said, I asked the waiter, who was a nice guy. I said, do you have pesto? He said, yeah, pesto sauce. That was I should have picked up on. I said, well, I like this rigatoni D with the chicken. I like that. But can you do the pesto sauce rather than the marinara? And he said, yeah, I think we could do that. I've never heard of anyone ordering that before, but we'll try it. So I get it, the whole big thing. And he got the rigatoni pasta and the pieces of chicken and raw mushroom. All done up in pestos. So I started eating because I like pesto. Yeah, pesto. And the tongue's kind of little. And all of a sudden, I tried to eat it. And like, man. So I says, well, let's send it back. I said, no, I'm that kind of guy. I'll say what I said, no, I'll eat it myself. She said, no, there's no reason why you should. So we got the waiters and this isn't too good. And I said, I'm sorry, it's my fault. He goes, oh, don't worry about it. Took it back to the kitchen, got them down. It's so awesome. And they were all very nice about it. But you make a mistake, you pay for it. And I'm like, but they rectified. They said, yeah. I mean, it was my fault for him. And he said, you're the top in the kitchen. And I'm like, why? He said, well, nobody's ever wanted rigatoni to pesto sauce. And then I said, oh, no wonder, no wonder. You're the talk of the kitchen. That's what I got from Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, you're the talk of the kitchen. Anyway, so went to dinner early. That was cool. Came back home. And then later on, no, I'm going through the gym looking for something to watch. Because think about it, football's over. Baseball hasn't really started. For some reason, the NBA basketball is on break. They're on All-Star break, which is a waste of time because nobody watches stupid All-Star game anymore. Other than play no defense, all they do is run up and try to put the ball. That's all they do is shoot from 20. And they have these skills like the 3-point contest and dunk contest. It's not like it used to be when Michael Jordan was involved with Larry Bird. So I'm like, what am I going to watch? There's no hockey. Hockey is in this break too, where they got this 4-nation tournament. United States, Canada, Finland, and Sweden. In fact, Canada plays the USA too. And I'm like, no, I can't get in it. I'm just a kid. So there's nothing to watch. There's no sports, and I'm dying. I'm like, what the hell, right? So I go to Turner Movie Classics. Did you ever watch that? It's a great channel. I should watch that more often. And find, what do I find? I find Casablanca. And then Alexa, play As Time Goes By. She's stupid. Play When Time Goes By. Rod Stewart. It's not exactly classical style as well as I thought, but okay. Anyway, so I'm watching Casablanca. I've seen it before. But I'm really getting into it. And I came in like about a half an hour into the movie. And it's like the Nazis are coming, Rick's Cafe, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, the beautiful, gorgeous, numerous Ingrid Bergman shows up out of the blue. And if you haven't seen the movie, you're wondering, what the hell? Because Humphrey Bogart, who plays Rick, the saloon owner, knows her. Hey, sign is but a sign. And there's something going on here, but we don't know yet. But they can't play the song. Time goes by because it breaks and goes in. They hate playing this song. They tell the piano player, don't ever play that song again. See. Well, we later found out through flashbacks that Ingrid Bergman's character and Humphrey Bogart's character had an affair in Paris. Her husband, he doesn't know she did that. Her husband was in a concentration camp in Germany, and she thought he was dead. And so she had this fling with Humphrey Bogart. And she was supposed to join him because the Nazis are coming into Paris to take over Paris, and they want to flee the city. Well, she was supposed to join him at the train station, but she writes him a letter saying, sorry, I can't be there. And he gets on the train, and he's all broken hearted. Well, the reason she couldn't go was because she found out last minute that her husband wasn't married. He was unmarried. So Humphrey Bogart leaves Paris alone with his buddy Sam, the piano player, and heartbroken opens up this little cafe in Casablanca, and he's doing well until this broad, I used to call him broad back then, this broad shows him. It starts ruining his life because then they go to the flashbacks and it shows what a beautiful time together he had in Paris, and how they fell and they were real soulmates, but it just didn't work out. So she shows up again. And Humphrey Bogart eventually, without him getting giving the ending away in case you haven't seen it, helps her to get out of Casablanca before the Nazis could track down her husband, who was involved somewhat in the resistance for the women. It's a complicated, but it's a good story. It's one of the best screenplays ever written. It's one of the classic best films ever. It is timeless. It's one of those movies you can watch again and again and again. And it's got so many iconic lines, like, here's to you, kid. Like I could get orange water, say, here's to you, kid, right? Like, watch. Play it again, Sam. Or we'll always have Paris. I'm trying to do my Humphrey Bogart. I'm not good at Humphrey Bogart. There's the ocean. We'll always have Paris. So, yeah, there's so many great lines in Casablanca. But I'll tell you one thing. That woman was hot. She was hot. She was so pretty. And she was much taller than Humphrey Bogart. In their scenes together, they had to get him to stand. This had to be embarrassing. He had to stand on blocks. You never see the waist down because Humphrey Bogart, they had to make him taller. That's embarrassing. But nowadays, it's like, who cares, right? But back then, we're talking 40s, late 30s, 40s. It was a big deal. So Eagle Burger was kind of tall, so they had to boost Humphrey Bogart. So somehow he had to wear lifts in his shoes, or he had to stand on blocks when he's saying to Eagle Burger, here's to you, kid. We'll always have first. He's standing on blocks. What the hell? But anyway, it's a very romantic movie. That's why they shoot it last time. It was Valentine's Day. But it's classic. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it. Black and white. A couple of years ago, we went to see here in the local movie theater, the historic Colonial. They played. They always play all movies classic. It's great movie theater. And they played Casablanca one weekend. And it's the way you should see it because it's on the big screen. And you've got the beauty of Ingrid Bergman, and you've got the toughness of Humphrey Bogart there, And black and white in a classic old-time movie theater, you can just imagine that's the way people were watching this film back 80 years ago. Think of that. But the thing is that Casablanca won an Oscar for Best Picture, Screenplay, Acting, Humphrey Bogart. So people really appreciated that bit. But Casablanca became a cult. I wouldn't say it's a cult film, but it became even more popular as time goes by, as the Simpsons. It became more popular because people started discovering the movie. They started watching it on TV, and they loved the movie even more than when it came out. It had solid reviews, especially the acting and especially the screenplay, which many movie critics consider one of the greatest screenplays ever written. So that was that. I watched Casablanca until it was pretty cool. I loved it. So, all right, well, that's about it for today. Yeah? I'll see you back here on Monday. We'll talk. I'll be off tomorrow because even God was Sunday. So he took a break. God. So I'll be back on Monday and we'll talk. We're not going to talk any sports, what's ever talk about, But who knows what else we'll come up with. We're just gonna, what we're gonna do until the stinky NBA starts playing ball again next Thursday. And, we're just gonna bask in the glow of the Eagles championship. You know, baseball will start, I think next week, the first spring training games start. Phillies will finally get on the field and we'll be able to watch the film. I believe, is it next Saturday? It's pretty soon. Eagles or the Phillies' first spring training game. I believe they play the Tigers at Clearwater. I think that's the first televised game. So I'll keep you posted. But Phillies baseball, you'll wait. That you see the boys. That's going to be a key year. Phillies have to do it this year. I was looking at the Phillies that are the Eagles. And now I told you this. I picked the Eagles to win the Super Bowl way back in August. And they did. Well, I feel the same way about the Phillies because this is the year they almost have to do it. Because now, after this year, JT Realmuto is a free agent. Kyle Schwarber is a free agent. Now, they could resign these guys, sure. But if they don't, they're going to leave. Bryce Harper isn't getting any younger. Neither was Zach Wheeler. I think the Phillies really have a good shot because they have great pitching. You know, Wheeler, Noah, Luzardo, Christopher Sanchez, Ranger Suarez, forget Taiwan Walker, okay? He's still with them. He said, oh, I figured things out. I'm throwing harder than I always used to, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. I got to see it through. Nah, Taiwan Walker. But I do think the Phillies are not good. And I'm seeing the reason why you can't at least make it to the World Series, right? I don't see why not. So I think it's going to be a good year. When you have a good baseball team, it makes the summer even more fun because you go to the games, you watch the games, you follow them, you follow the box scores in the paper or online, and you're pretty soon you're scoreboard watching. You're listening to what Atlanta is doing or what the Mets are doing, right? Or the Dodgers, what are they doing to them? So it just makes the summer even more fun, you know? So it's cool to have a good baseball team who have a chance to win the title. It would suck to be a fan of, let's say, the Chicago White Sox. They lost 121 freaking games last year and set a record. That would suck, you know? Knowing that you don't have anything really forward to, and you just kind of wasting your time being White Sox fan. So we should be blessed that we have a good baseball team. And we see them pretty soon. But I think this is a key year for the Phillies because after this year, they may not have Real Till Schwarber. After next year, they may not have Nick Castellanos. There's some more, I can't think of them right now, some more players who may be able to leave next year. So, yeah, so, you know, Phillies almost have to do it this year. I think they're going to do it. So, okay, well, we have plenty of time to talk Phillies baseball. As spring training gears up, we will be talking baseball and division picks, and we'll talk about each team, the pros and cons, and we'll really get into baseball this spring training before the season starts and get you ready for that Phillies season coming up. And actually, they start playing ball next month. Late March, they're playing ball. Unbelievable. So, okay, everybody, take care. Rest after the parade and stay warm. And peace and love to you. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you on Monday, okay? See you later. Bye for now. As time goes by, a kiss is but a kiss. Again, I'm sorry, but sorry. Okay, I'm not exactly Jordan Marmalade with my voice, you know, but oh well. See you.